Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. Well, hey there everyone, I'm so excited to have a project to share with you today. So today I am going to be using the Power of Hope stamp set. I had to have this set when I saw it as a celebration offering. So you can get this stamp set when you place a minimum $100 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. You actually get the stamp set for free along with the stone 3D embossing folder. So I haven't tried the embossing folder yet, but I think it is just so pretty. So I'm excited to give that a try, but I love this one. So again, you get this as a bundle together. When you place a minimum order of $100 in my online Stampin' Up! Store, you can choose this as your free item. So let's go ahead and jump in. Today's project is super simple. I'm just excited to be back with you, and I'm ready to stamp and share a cute idea. All right, so I've got all of my pieces here, and I'm going to start with this piece of Whisper White. So I die cut this Whisper White using the Stitched Shapes dies. I'm going to bring in this little bit of scratch paper here. Memento Tuxedo black ink. And then I've got my gorgeous lady here on a block that's way too big. This is an eye block. Right? Yeah, you don't need a block this big, but all of my blocks were in use, so I went with this block. Okay, so I've got that all inked up, and actually, because this block is so oversized for this image, I'm just going to turn my oval horizontal and stamp in the center. And, ooh, that looks very, very good. Oh, I love that image. It looks beautiful in just black and white too. I'm going to set that to the side to dry for just a second, and then I'm going to bring in this piece of Pool Party. This is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to bring in my designer paper for just a second to see about placement, because I'm going to stamp a sentiment directly onto this Pool Party layer. So I just want it to kind of lay everything out so I can make sure I get my placement right. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up my sentiment, twist, twist, tap, tap. And this sentiment is going to go down here in the bottom left. I'm going to stamp it right about here. And I'm going to hold a little bit longer than normal because it's going on colored cardstock, so the ink takes just a minute to absorb. So this sentiment says, hope is the power that makes all things possible. I love this sentiment. Beautiful, we'll go with that. And I'm going to be coloring her in with my Stampin' blends, and I'm going to keep it simple. I have just got the light Calypso Coral and the dark Pool Party. This background designer paper, this is actually Petal Pink, but I do not have a Petal Pink Stampin' blend. So I am using Calypso Coral, and you're going to see, that's the beauty of Stampin' Up's products, is it matches wonderfully even though it's not the same color. So it's one of the reasons I love our products, is you can very easily coordinate things. You don't have to have everything. And you can still make things work. Looks like I need a new Calypso Coral though. The tip's a little funky. My brush tip was kind of weird. I don't know what happened. Okay, so this was just some very simple coloring there on her. So hopefully you can see that. Very simple. So now I am going to go in with Pool Party and do her beautiful umbrella. And I'm still doing like shading on the lines first and then coloring it in, even though this is just one shade of Pool Party that I'm using. I think it's just habit that I'm doing it that way. Doesn't really matter. All right, there we go. Isn't that so pretty? So you can just see, just bring it in kind of close there. So that's so, so pretty. And you'll see how well it blends in with the rest of the card in the end. Right, so let's get this card all put together. So for my card base, I've got a piece of Petal Pink cardstock. This is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I've scored it at 4¼ inches. And I will have all of these measurements over on today's blog post, which is linked down below in the video description. So again, this piece of Pool Party, this is cut 4 inches by 5¼ inches. And I'm going to take this piece of Designer Series paper. This is the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. I thought this was perfect for this stamp set. So this is cut 3 inches by 4 inches, and I'm going to get some snail and go ahead and adhere this piece of designer paper onto my Pool Party, and I want to leave just the tiniest little bit of that Pool Party showing at the top. I liked how that looked once you placed it onto the card front. It just kind of created some separation between the designer paper and the card base. So, okay, so now we've got that. I'm going to add some ribbon across. So this is the scalloped lace trim. Going to add some of this across the front of the card. This ribbon ties beautifully. I think I have way too much here though. Let's see, I'll just do a little bit more onto my left side. We will go with that. Okay, so I've got that where I want it, I think. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie a lacy little bow off to the left. Yeah, I do have a little bit too much, but that's okay. Rather have too much than not enough. See, look at that. You see how quickly it ties? Love this stuff. Beautiful ribbon. Okay, so we are going to go with that. I think I like that a lot. Yes, I do. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and trim these ends just a bit. Let's see. Trim that down. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll flip this over and throw some dimensionals onto the back. Alrighty. And straighten my ribbon. Okay, so got my dimensionals on the back. I'm just going to, actually, I think I want this to be the front. Okay, now I will just adhere this down. Right about there looks good. Isn't that pretty? And then we will add some snail to the back of our beautiful lady and adhere her down. And then dimensionals on the back of this as well. Gorgeous. And we will center her up. Get her onto the front here. Oh, that looks good. We'll put her right there. We need a matching envelope. We can't forget that. So I'm just going to ink this little image up here. Make sure I've got my envelope right side up. We'll just stamp that down in the bottom left corner on our envelope. And there we go. And here you have a very quick and easy card. Could be used for a variety of encouraging occasions. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, you guys. Quick and simple. I'm happy to be with you today. Don't forget, you can get this gorgeous stamp set, the Power of Hope stamp set, along with the coordinating stone 3D embossing folder when you place a $100 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. That's $100 before tax and shipping. You can earn this lovely bundle as a freebie. So you can find direct links to my online store just below the video, in the video description, and over on today's blog post. Thank you all so much for being here today with me. Thank you so much for all of the thoughtful messages and emails I have received from you guys on Instagram, Facebook, in my email. I just really appreciate you more than you know. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be back again very soon. Bye.